the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
It's that time again, race fans, back at it once again here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday Night Special fires things off once again at the repave, the remade Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's going to be high speeds, high banked for these super late model machines here this Sunday night. That's right, we're jumping out of the trucks and into the super late models. Big field here tonight, over 25 drivers going to try their hand at the RealOptics.com pole position. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from tracks. I can see a few drivers out there on track now. Paul Dillon skate across the line for his up to speed lap. Track temperature pretty hot out there. Drivers going to be slipping and sliding around in these super late model machines. So as qualifying's already underway, what do you say we go ahead and get rid of that track information and drop you some of that timing and scoring over to the left hand side of your screen? There you can see it right now, top of the speed charts. Rule Fan taking the top of the charts with the RealOptics.com pole position. Jeff Carlson, a good run. He's going to be right there, but quick time belongs to Than. And that number 60 machine, 31:02 is the fast time here in qualifying. Trying to look to see, and it looks like we've got ourselves about, I do apologize about that, it looks like we've got ourselves about 20 drivers on the scoring charts already, a few of them just now getting underway. As the music slowly fades away, we're going to begin to have a little bit better picture of what's going to be going down here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. There you can see the clock ticking away on qualifying. Just over 2 minutes remaining for these drivers to try to lay down a fast lap to dethrone the man at the front. Rule Fan sitting pretty at that number 60. Top of the speed charts just by a little bit, down to the 1,000th over Butch Jet Wrench. So Jet Wrench with a fine qualifying effort as well. See, who do we got down there? Jimmy P, Frenchie, Robert D, Tommy Cristiano. Want to give a big shout out to Jimmy P and Frenchie, both competing in the Daytona 24 over the course of this past weekend. 24-hour endurance race. Team did very, very well. Managed to come back to a spot inside of the top 10. They're going to finish 7th in their race, and that is just a testament to these drivers' skills, patience, and, well, longevity. A great run by the Disco Lemonade crew there in the Daytona 24. But first, we've got 60 seconds remaining and nobody out on track. Rule Fan's going to take the RealOptics.com pole award here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. So we're going to step trackside for a brief commercial break and then get things ready to fire off with your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. Will be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back trackside as the Jets finish the flyover, drivers make their way to their starting positions down there on pit road. You can hear those familiar bells begin to ring in the background. You know the sounds. You know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup here from Atlanta Motor Speedway, snatching the pole position just moments ago inside that creature comfort. Number 60 Super Latent Model Machine starting inside row number 1. Your pole sitter, Rule Fan. Just to his outside in his Fast 33 machine, Butch Jet Rich. Barber and Carlson back in row 2. Row number 3 here tonight belongs to the 4 of Timothy Lewis and the 95 of Richard Suddeth. Mark Axelson and Alton back in row 4. Paul Dillon in the 113 going to start inside row number 5 with Chris Llewellyn rounding out your top 10. Jason Brumet, Raymond Causey back in row 6. Row number 7 here tonight, if we can get this thing to work for us. Looks like having a little bit of problems with the grid there. So row number 7's going to belong to Gary Ragland and Dean Miller. Roger Human and Todd Willis back in 18th position, so things going to heat up here tonight very, very quickly. Drivers already pulling those belts tight and already getting ready to roll here tonight. Once again, it's the Sunday night special with the Beef Jerky Unlimited. Super Late Model Series out on track. Music slowly fading away into the restart zone. We roll on the gas and green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Drivers getting up through the gears. We're going to be in high gear for quite a while here. And how about fans stepping away? 0.6 of a second advantage by the time they get through the center of 1 and 2. He's already working his way out and about away from this field, but you gotta worry about getting out there too soon. This track, since the repave, it is pretty quick, and you can see draft partners beginning to take shape as the 33 of Jet Wrench gonna lose 2 positions on the start of the race. The iRacing sponsored number 3 of James Barber moves to 2nd, with Timothy Lewis pulling to 3rd. Tons of drivers out there on track as we're down the back stretch on lap number 2. Hope still controlling the race lead, but big draft on the high side. Here comes the 3 with help from the 4. 33 is going to fill that inside lane, take that 2nd position away, and just like that, whoa, sliding up the track a little bit is the 33. The 4 says, I've had enough, and he's going to drop right back down to the bottom. That's going to leave Barber high and dry all alone by himself. You can see 2 cars off in the distance ready to help if they can get to him, but it is a bit of a distance to get there as we head back down the back stretch into turn number 3. Lap number 3 well and underway. Some drivers continuing to make their way towards the front. Shane Donnelly, how about the run by this 06? Check out Shane Donnelly there. You can see him. Ford Mustang body parts on that 06 machine. We've got trouble early here tonight. Looks like the 61 has had some problems. Alton gonna go for a ride to bring out the caution for the first time here tonight at Atlanta. So while we're at it, why don't we take a minute and check the Beef Jerky replay. Oh, up into the outside wall, does his best Tony Hawk impression, and down the track and into a handful of drivers. That's gonna spell trouble for about 3 to 4 individuals out here tonight. Tough break there for the 61 as he's going to hit that tow truck button and head directly to pit road. And we'll jump back out front. Race leader, Rule Fan, he's shown the way the entire way. Got off to a great jump on the start. Secured a half a second gap for the first lap, but then that draft help. Very big here now on this repave. And Atlanta Motor Speedway, you might as well just go ahead and call it Atlanta Super Speedway, because this thing, these drivers are pushing upwards of 170, 180 miles an hour. And for these machines, that type of speed is absolutely phenomenal. You're not going to find speeds much faster except for at Daytona and at Talladega. But here, this, it's an old school track, really. wore the tires out. Very abrasive on the rubber, but since the repave, we've seen the tire fall off, kind of go the opposite direction. So drivers are going to be able to extend the tire life on this fresh pavement, and we're going to see how they fare. 6 laps now in the board. First caution of the night coming out with a little bit of a moment there for the 61 of Alton. He's going to be on pit road for quite an extended stay. Looks like JC Outlaw and Frenchie both going to join him on pit road this time around. So 2 more drivers going to head to pit road and join 3 drivers already down and out of tonight's race. Looks like Jimmy P, Robert D, and Tommy Cristiano all out of tonight's race. So I do believe that may be some equipment issues keeping a handful of drivers off of the track here tonight. Taking a look through the field, and something you'll see over there on the left-hand side of your screen with the running order scrolling constantly. You'll notice we are missing a big name, a name that we see week in, week out. Sheldon Fittigan, the 41 Real Optics machine, not here tonight. Still out there ice fishing. He had the pleasure of tuning in and watching us, I believe it was on Friday night, capturing about a 2-hour window or so of that 24-hour race for these worn-out racers. Was a pleasure to be able to fly down there real quick after pulling a race in Milwaukee, getting down to Daytona to bring you a little bit of Team Disco lemonades. Race there under the lights. We've seen a lot of action. We've seen drivers really make up some time. And again, congratulations to all of those Disco Lemonade drivers that were able to bring their team to a 7th place finish in a 24-hour event right here on iRacing.com. So we do appreciate everybody allowing us to come in and have a little bit of fun. We've got something in the works coming up in a handful of weeks, so keep your eyes on it. We're going to see if we can't get some cameras set up and ready to go at Bathurst and document the entire race for these drivers. It's going to be a barn burner of a special event. Keep your eyes peeled on the calendar for that one to come up. But first, we've got to get back green flag racing here tonight. Rolf Van will bring the field back to the green flag. Butch Jedrich right beside him. Timothy Lewis and James Barber back in row 2. Seth Carlson in 3. Row 4, Mark Axelson and Paul Dillon, Jason Brumet and Shane Donnelly round out the top 10 as we roll to the restart zone. We wait for the man to step on the loud pedal. There it is. Big time jump. Rolf Van absolutely shot out of a cannon here on this latest restart. I mean, you can tell he is absolutely on it when it comes to these restarts. It's going to take about a lap and a half for the field to catch back up and bunch back up here at the front. But meanwhile, we've got side-by-side racing action outside of your top 5. Let's go right here. Paul Dillon in that 113 trying to track down the 95 of Richardson. Mark Axelson right behind him. Sharkey in the 69 trying to gain a position or two. He's dropped 1 spot from where he qualified here tonight, so a tough break there for Axelson. But a long way to go. We've still got ourselves about 82 laps to go here tonight from Atlanta. A lot of racing left to be had, and we'll see which one of these drivers can get the job done and which one of these drivers is going to head to victory lane here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Gaps beginning to slowly stabilize, but we've got a battle. Let's go check this out. Back between the 15 of Todd Willis, showing up as the 5 on the car. The Kellogg's number 5 of Todd Willis, battling it out with the Cat car. The Caterpillar 299, 929. We'll get it right. I promise we can math. The 929 of Roger. Raymond Causey in the 09 right there as well. Causey looking to gain a handful of positions after dropping 3 on the initial start of the race. Jimbo, Dean Miller, Kendall Kraft also back here. Check out that old school City Chevrolet looking good out there. Love to see that machine out on track. That is Kendall Croft in that City Chevrolet. Number 46 will head back to the front. We've got back racing once again for your race lead. Rule fan show the way. Timothy Lewis, which Jetbridge dropping from second now back to third. James Barber still sitting in fourth, with Jeff Carlson rounding out your top five. Richard Sunneth right there in sixth. Paul Dillon, Jason Brumet, Mark Axelson, and Shane Donnelly rounding out your top 10. Trouble on the track. Trouble. Caution flag waves once again here. Lap number 12. Looks like the Caterpillar car gonna come to a crawl. He's gonna have some issues here on lap number 12. Do we got the replay, boys? Can I get I got a yes, a thumbs up on that? All right, so we got the replay. Let's check it out. Battling with Todd Willis, going to come across the nose, back across the nose, and it's just going to be a little offset along for the ride and down through the infield. Does he keep it clean? Yes, he does. No contact between anybody else, so just a little bit of a scary moment there. He's going to have to come to pit road and get 4 fresh Goodyear tires, where Bridgestone, I do believe, is what these super late models are running out here. So, besides burning up a set of tires with that long slide, Roger Homan going to be able to recover and restart from the rear of the field. He'll tag the back end in 23rd position. As we find ourselves under caution for the second time here tonight, Rule Fan continuing to be your race leader. Timothy Lewis, Butch Jenbridge, James Barber, Jeff Carlson, and Richard Suddeth round out your top 6. Paul Dillon, Jason Remain, Mark Axelson, Shane Donnelly, your top 10. Chris Llewellyn, Gary Ragland, Todd Willis, Raymond Causey, Jimbo Dean Miller, Kendall Croft, Richard Vanderhave, Jeff Spotwood, Andy and James Schultz finishing out the running order all the way back to about the 21st position. One driver already down and out of tonight's race is Frenchie. Tough trouble for that 46 of Frenchie. He's going to find himself back behind pit wall and done for the evening. So a tough break. Early trouble sees Frenchie exit stage left a little bit early here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Field should receive the one to go this time around, and we're getting set to fire things back off once again here from Atlanta. So there it is, the one finger wave by the boss man in the flag stand. Our good buddy Travis Smith going to get the one to go sign. He'll get ready to done that iRacing pace car off this time around. Field going to double file through 1 and 2, and we're going to get set to roll once again here from Atlanta. Just about a quarter of the way through tonight's race, and a handful of drivers with early trouble. Tommy Cristiano, Jimmy P, Robert D, all going to have engine failures that keep them from making their way to the starting grid. They'll get the tail end points of the evening. Alton in the 61, he's got some issues. He's been on pit road for quite an extended stay, and the 46 of Richie will bow out early, walking away 24th here tonight. So a tough break for the driver inside of that 46 machine. But we've got a lot of hungry drivers still out there on track hunting that checkered flag. Timothy Lewis now going to restart from that outside as the pace car ducks off. We roll back to the restart zone. Away we go. Green flag flies. Once again, as Rule Fan nails the gas and has a little bit of a connection moment. A little bit of issues there. You know how these live virtual things can do sometimes, giving us a little bit of a bit. Then we see the Magic Man moments continuing at the front of the field for Rule Fan. Now you see it, now you don't, but he is back underway, bottom of the racetrack, holding on to that race lead. Timothy Lewis going to be able to keep second. Jet Wrench Barber and Sudeth now rounding out here in top 5. We're going to take a look at James Barber. There you can see inside of the iRacing sponsored number 3 machine. Let's go on board here with a man inside of your top 5 trying to gain some positions. James Barber started in 3rd, runs in 4th, and we're going to head back deeper in the field now. Let's go on board with Chris Llewellyn in the 019. Been trying to track down Shane Donnelly just off in front of him in his Shelby Cobra super late model. You're going to be hard-pressed to find another one of those out there driving around and a little bit of a wiggle, a little bit of a touch of that double white line down on the bottom. That is out of bounds now here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, almost having those restrictor plate track rules in place, and already a gap beginning to develop at the front of the field. We'll jump on board with another driver a little further back in the pack. Running just inside of your top 20, we'll ride with JC Outlaw in the 388 as he tries to run down Andy. That prototype number 34 super late model holding down the 18th position. You can see the rear of these machines getting a little squirrely through these corners and some big front end damage on that 388 of Outlaw. He's able to stay with it for the moment. Or I apologize, that's actually Andy in the 34 that has that front end damage down on the bottom of Outlaw trying to pick up the position way up the track. That time was the double O. Not machine. Got to move a little further back in the field. He's going to pick up 6 spots, but now sits in 20th. Oh, we got big time trouble. Big time trouble. Oh my goodness. Did you see JC Outlaw? Big trouble for Outlaw. Oh no. Let's go straight to the replay here. High above in our turn 3 drone cam, trying to find out who that was, and it looks like possibly the 09 of Raymond Causey involved in this one. Big time trouble there for Causey, and indeed it was. Let's take a look here, no contact, and around he goes off of the nose of the City Chevrolet, and picking up an innocent bystander and another one. James Schultz, nowhere to go inside of his John Deere 420 machine. We're going to ride here with Schultz. You can see the smoke, you can see it all happening in front. He thinks he's clean and clear, and then all of a sudden, nowhere to go. Hard impact, and that is pretty much going to put an end to the night for that 420 of Schultz. Big time damage, big time trouble with that one. We'll rejoin the field with the Creature Comforts Brewing Company Tropicali number 60 super late model machine. Rule Fan has led the entire night. He's going to okie doke the field a little bit. Act like he's coming to pit road. Not quite head down there just yet. Handful of drivers do come to pit road. So as we find ourselves under caution for the 3rd time here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway, we're going to take ourselves a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back live here from Atlanta. And back live trackside before the green flag flies once again. Third caution of the night after contact between the 09 and the 46 City Chevrolet machine. That's going to bring some mayhem to the front stretch. JC Outlaw and James Schultz both going to be caught up and involved in this one. As the field double file back into turn 3, we're ready to fire things off once again. What's up, Sheldon? Good to see you checking in with us again. Don't know if you're still out there in the ice shanty or not, but if you are, I hope you're enjoying yourself, catching some good fish, and enjoying another barn burner of the evening here with the Worn Out Racers. Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special. Pace car back off. We're ready to fire off. Well, once again here from Atlanta to the restart zone, we roll on the gas and green flag flies. Well, once again here from Atlanta, and as we've seen over the course of these restarts, man, Rolfan absolutely on and able to step away from the field. They will reel him back in, though. Super speedway style racing here. These drivers will get grouped up with each other and begin to run down your race leader. We're going to take a look off the tail end of this machine. I tell you what, let's go on board here. Watch Butch Jet Wrench looking back at, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that is the 3. No, that is not the 3. That is the 95 of Richard Sunnett. Richard Sunnett in that 95 machine. And oh, we got more trouble in turn 1. You can see the carnage in the background. Trouble on the track once again. We've got another caution here tonight. Fourth caution of the evening will fly on lap number 25. Field going to come back to a crawl. Let's see what happened here. There was some big time trouble going into turn 1. It looks like do we got that one, guys? We're getting a thumbs up on that one, so we do have that caution replay. Let's go see what happened here with Jeff Spotswood. 3-4 wide for a run with the 83, gonna get turned, and then carnage gonna ensue from there. I do believe there was more contact between a handful of drivers. And you see Spotswood getting back up to speed here. South Brake, Chris Llewellyn also having some moments with that one, so we'll go back live with the race leaders at the front. And this hot, slick track giving these drivers some trouble in this super late model machine here tonight. Multiple incidents, and we've got a ton of drivers heading to pit road this time around. Todd Willis, Richard Homan, Mark Axelson, Jason Rumey, Kendall Kraft, James Barber, Chris Llewellyn, Jeff Spotswood, all to pit road. So your top 12 going to stay out on track. Everybody else coming down pit road trying to get a little bit of damage control going on, a little bit of quick fixes if they've still got them. One fast repair in their back pocket, so you get one reset, one redo, one mulligan, but none again after that. We'll see if any of the drivers have to utilize that just yet. It looks like the 61 of Alton still thrashing away down there trying to get his machine back out on track, listed in the 25th position. He was involved in our first on-track incident here tonight as we close into just about a third of the way through tonight's race. Patience and proximity seem to be key here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And as we already mentioned earlier, track temperature 114 degrees when we fired things off when we started the show tonight. We'll take a look back at that weather report. So there it is. Track temperature is calming down, cooling off. That should allow these guys to have a little bit more grip, but still track temperature up above 105 degrees on a freshly repaved track. You're going to get some of those oils back up to the top of the surface, and it appears that it is giving a handful of these drivers a little bit of a fit. Drivers back double file, heading back down into turn number 3. Field still belongs to Rolf Fan. He'll get him straightened out and ready to go this time around. And will we see him set sail like we have over the course of these first 3 restarts? We're going to fire it off once again. And here we go, back to the restart zone. All the loud pedaling, green flag flies. Rolf Fan gonna have a little bit of a wiggle on these older tires now. Old tires getting a little loose in the rear when he dropped the hammer and got up through the gears. Able to recover and keep that top spot, but Timothy Lewis all over him. Could we see our first battle for the race leaving? Here we go. Lewis to the high side. Lewis to the high side in turn number 3. Not quite going to be able to get there. For the moment, big run down to the bottom of the racetrack. All over his rear deck lid is the 4th. Fan going to have a magic man moment, and Lewis going to back off just a moment. That's going to allow the 33 of Jet Wrench to work his way back into the mix. Richardson, Jeff Carlson right there as well. How about the great run by Carlson inside of that 88 machine, sitting in the 5th position. Great run by him. How about Paul Dillon? What a run here tonight by Paul Dillon, hanging on to this top pack. Your top 6 drivers all within about a half a second of each other, and that's just how quick these drivers remain in pace with each other. Great battle going on back behind them. Let's go just outside of your top 10. Let's watch the battles unfold here. There you see that John Deere 420 of James Schultz. He had early trouble, quick fix already. Spin here tonight, so Schultz gonna have to tiptoe through the tulips to get himself to the end with a good finish. You can see the Caterpillar 229 also involved in an early on-track incident. He's going to burn his fast repair as well. Check out this GoPro number 87 of Jason Roumet. Roumet typically has good, solid runs here in the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday Night Special Series. And again, right here trying to work his way back inside of a top 5 after trouble early tonight. Roumet going to come down pit road under our latest caution, get some tires and fuel, and back out on track. So while they continue to battle here in the back, we're going to go back right about that 5th place position. Let's watch this one unfold. Fans still showing the way. Timothy Lewis right there. Butch Jet Wrench, Richard Sutton, and Jeff Carlson rounding out your top 5. Paul Dillon in the mix. Gary Ragland has thrown his name up into the hat. You can check out that Black Rifle Company Bass Pro Shop. Super late model number 7, Ragland inside of striking distance. Will he peek out? Will he try to take a run at it as Shane Donnelly comes up into the mix there? You can find the 06 just behind him, and we've got trouble on the track. Todd Willis has got some issues, and we're going to go under caution for the 5th time here tonight. Lap number 35, we'll see caution number 5 wave. And we're going to go to the Beef Jerky replay. Let's check out what happened with Willis here. Arguing over real estate up into the outside wall. Big hit through that number 5 machine. He's going to absolutely pancake it. And, well, I hope he's got milk in it. I hope he's got some spare parts, because that was absolutely a smash on the right side. We'll see how long Willis is going to be relegated to pit road trying to fix up that machine. Is now Fan going to bring his machine down pit road. Timothy Lewis going to roll the dice. He's going to stay out. Richard Sunneth going to join him by staying out. Gary Ragland, Richard Vanderhave, Andy, Jason Roumet, James Schultz, Roger Homan, Jimbo, and James Barber all going to stay out on track. So just about your top 10 drivers are going to stay out on track, as there you can see the man that led Your first 35 laps brings his machine to pit road. He wants fresh tires. Now your top three still yet to make a pit stop. Everybody else at least one time to pit road. So as we find ourselves under caution for the 5th time here tonight, we're going to take ourselves a brief commercial break, pay a few of the sponsors. You know how that goes. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with all your green flag action live here from Atlanta. And as promised, not missing any of the action, we're going to come back as the field gets double filed down the back stretch. We'll get ready to fire things off once again. A little bit of a mix-up up front now as we've got drivers that have yet to come to pit road, drivers that came to pit road just about 15 laps ago. And we've got first drivers off of pit road just outside of your top 10. So drivers are going to be trying to make their way to the front, but they got to find a way around some drivers that have elected to take track position over 4 fresh rubbers. We'll see how the strategies all pan out. 3 distinct strategies here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. A little bit of house cleaning. Kendall Craft, JC Outlaw, and Frenchie all out of tonight's race. Alton and Todd Willis still on pit road. We'll roll to the restart zone on the gas, and green flag flies once again as the old man of mayhem, number 4 machine of Timothy Lewis, gets off to a good jump. He'll jump out to over a 6/10 of a second advantage. Not sure you really want to get out that quickly on these older tires. How about the 34 of Andy? He's been in damage control for quite some time, and here he is, running inside of the top 5. He's got Richard Vanderheim right behind him, James Schultz, Jason Romeo. Let's go back. Let's check out this 4-5 car back. Double final action back behind them with the Rule Fan starting to work his way back inside of the top 10. Fan, your pole sitter, has led almost every lap here tonight. Led 35 laps, and now Fan has to find his way back to the front. We go through 87 of Jason Romeo digging on the bottom of the racetrack, looking for a position. Gonna look underneath. Will he have the spot? James Schultz gonna cover him off into the corner. Schultz gonna keep Romeo behind him for the time being as we stay green flag racing here on lap number 40. From Atlanta Motor Speedway, just 5 laps away from the halfway point. And look at this hornet's nest, man. It's a brewing right here. Drivers struggling for grip. You can see them wiggling, wobbling, trying to get the grip. Ooh, Romeo struggling high side, low side. He'll keep the GoPro 87 down on the bottom of the racetrack and take the position away from Andy as here comes Rule Fan. Fan gonna pull even with him now, look to work his way just outside of the top 5. He'll take the position across the line, move Rule Fan into 7th. Meanwhile, up front, your drivers on those old tires, they've got themselves a gap. Look at this, a 1.5 second advantage from Gary Ragland back to the Hornet's Nest. The double O of Richard Van der Haven showing the way on that second pack. Jason Romay, Rule Fan, James Schultz, all right there, all single file, bottom of the racetrack. We'll take a look right here. Schultz going to venture to the high side for a moment as Rule Fan looks to the bottom of the racetrack. 2, 3 wide through the triangle. They almost make contact. 3 wide into 1. 3 wide into turn 1, and the double O is going to back out. Jason May trying to keep the position, but to no avail. And Rule Fan going to move himself already back to that 4th position. We told you he was quick. We told you he was fast, and here he is working his way back to the front. Rule Fan moves to 4th. The double O is going to get stuck to the high side. Freight train style here as everybody lined up on the bottom of the racetrack starts to make their way by. Close racing action here. Let's jump a little bit further away from the track, give you an overall vantage point of what's going on here. We head down the backstretch on lap number 43, just right at the halfway point here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. We've seen 5 cautions here this evening. Will we see that long green flag run here this time around? Big second pack of cars here, mostly single file. Everybody looking for a little bit of clean air on the front ends of these super late model machines. But there you can see that double O of Van der Haven was knocking on the door of a podium spot, was up there in 4th position, has slid all the way back outside of your top 10. The gap is going to open up. Will he have time to fill it in on the bottom? And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do so. And that's going to allow James Barber to work his way into the mix as we've got one going to the high side, trying to see which one that is. And that's Paul Dillon in the 113. He's going to go to the high side for a moment, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to move forward with that momentum. He's going to be stuck in line, and if he leaves that door open, Barber's going to fill that slot. I can guarantee you that. James Schultz being rooted up off of the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to be the next driver to be stuck on that high side. As it looks like we've got drivers to pit road. Timothy Lewis and Richard Summit, they're going to come to pit road this time by. That's going to leave Gary Ragland out front. We got a caution on the track. Oh no, caution flag flies. Right as drivers make their way to pit lane. We're going to see what it was. Do we have any reports out there? And it looks like we're going to get a debris caution here. Debris caution on lap number 46. Coming to lap 47. And man, Rule Fan, he was right there running in 4th. 2 out of your top 3 drivers headed to pit road for scheduled pit stops. Richard Sunneth and Timothy Lewis coming down pit road for scheduled pit stops. And it looks like they just passed right through pit lane, not actually stopping in their pit boxes, so they'll tag the field tail end here, and it looks like this caution falling at the wrong time for both the 4 and the 95. So a tough night indeed as drivers do come to pit road. It looks like Gary Ragland wanted to bring a handful down with him, but nobody going to elect to come down pit road. You're going to have to go all the way back to 34 of Andy before you find a driver willing to give up that track position. And that's going to put Rule Fan back at the front of the field, just past the halfway point. We'll have 40 to go next time around, and Than has already led 35 laps here tonight. He's going to go back to the point, back to the race lead. In pace car lights out again as the boss man in the flag stand gives the one finger wave to the field. Good buddy inside of that iRacing. Pace car gonna turn the lights off and get ready to head down pit road. This next time around, we're gonna have 40 laps remaining when we drop the green flag, getting back to racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you haven't already, thanks for joining us. Thanks for stopping by. Show these drivers some love and appreciation by dropping that thumbs up. If you're over there on the Twitch side of things, thanks for joining us. Give ourselves a follow if you don't mind. Let these drivers know you appreciate all the great racing action they provide week in, week out, each and every Sunday night right here with the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special. Speaking of Beef Jerky Unlimited, you want yourself some great beef jerky? Look no further than Beef Jerky Unlimited. You can find the link in the description right over there. Head right to the website. Pick yourself out some of the best jerky to be found. They've got beef jerky, turkey jerky, beef jerky, turkey jerky, and chicken jerky. There you go. Use Turn 5 as your discount code, 15% off. And we're going to get ready to fire off. Green flag flies once again. Rule fan going to step on the gas and step away from the field. Little bit of a hiccup there. I believe that was the 45 of Jimbo on the outside lane. With a little bit of struggle getting going. Yes, it was inside of that Bass Pro Shop. Number 45, super late model machine Jimbo. A little slow on the restart, and 33 is going to have to jump down to the bottom. Jet Wrench moves to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to move around. The 45 going to lose positions here, going to lose 2 spots on this restart as Rule Fan has lost the top spot. Rule Fan has lost the top spot. Chris Llewellyn being shown as the race leader. And I do believe iRacing may got this one a little bit crossed up here. Rule Fan did indeed bring the field to the green flag. The 019 tail into the field right now. So pretty interesting. A little bit of a mix-up with the timing and scoring. We'll see if iRacing and these race officials can get that one corrected by the time we end things here tonight. From Atlanta Motor Speedway back across the stripe, lap number 53 now underway. And I mean, the speeds these guys are traveling just absolutely phenomenal for super late model machines. I mean, 180, 185 miles an hour entering the corners in these drafts then is absolutely scorching pace. And maybe while we're seeing a little bit of struggle out of the rears of these cars, drivers a little loose out there on the fresh pavement here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Race leader Rule Fan being caught by the drivers behind. Jeff Carlson and Jason Rumey going to move in on him. The 88 and the 87 going to make their way into podium positions here tonight. And how about the run by that GoPro number 87? Up 7 positions from where he qualified. He's been slowly but surely, methodically making his way to the front of the field. Now looking to the outside. Going to have to watch, keeping that window open. And yep, it's going to get filled. Down on the bottom of the racetrack is that 113. He's going to put the nose inside of Rumey. And now that 87 going to have to stick it to the top of the racetrack. Here comes James Barber, the iRacing number 3 machine. He's been up inside the top 5, had to start way deep in the field just about 2 or 3 cautions ago. He's been able to navigate and work his way back to the front as well. So a great job there by that 3 crew and driver, staying level-headed and staying headed in the right direction. Looks to be about a 6-7 car pack here as Jimbo in the 45 Bass Pro Shop super late model machine tries to hang on to this lead pack. And just like that, we talked about Jason Rumey having a great run there, battling for the 2nd position. He's going to get freight trained on the high side. Rumey going to lose a handful of positions as he drops back now into the 6th position. I know it says 7th over there, but keep in mind Chris Llewellyn in the 019 actually tail end of the field, not your race leader. Unfortunate timing scoring circumstances going on right now. We're going to take a look back here with the HendrickCars.com, number 5 of Dean Miller. He's got Roger Homan right behind him. Richard Vanderhave not too far off in that 00 machine. A lot of great camera views, a lot of great pictures being brought to you by everybody back behind the scenes at the Turn 3 Racing Network as we now go on board with the 7 of Gary Ragland. Ragland trying to get that Black Rifle Company, Coffee Company, a super late model a little closer to the front of the field, looking to the inside of Jimbo. Not going to get there just yet. He's going to get the nose clipped just a little bit, as he's got the 06 of Shane Donnelly breathing down his rear end. We'll take a look off the tail end. There you can see grenade camera shots once again. We do absolutely salute each and every one of you working hard behind the scenes to bring us all these great camera shots, all these action shots. And a big shout out to all the teams and drivers allowing us to put a little extra weight on their machines by coming in and putting some of these great camera shots on board these super late model machines. We're down to just 30 laps to go this time around. Lap number 61 will get underway with Rolfan showing the way at the front of the field. Just a handful of laps, and he's going to wrap up the most laps led award here tonight. Fan absolutely lights out since unloading from the hauler. Quickest and happy hour snatched that RealOptics.com pole award. He's led the most laps. We're going to look and see if he's got that fastest lap of the race as well. And there it is. Check that box. Rolfan fastest lap in race trim, a 30:56. So just as fast as qualifying. And just on it here tonight from Atlanta. Oh, into the outside wall is the 019. Into the outside wall, trying to work his way down the track, up into traffic, and we got a big wreck. Big caution, big trouble here. Oh, my. The 019 of Chris Llewellyn trying to avoid everybody, and he's going to get his clock clean pretty much up and over and around. Oh, my goodness. One more look at it here. There you can see him already into that outside wall, trying to get down to the bottom. Going to miss a handful of drivers and back up in front of one, I believe. Oh, man, who is that? I believe that may be Raymond Causey, possibly caught up and involved in this one. Man, that is a tough lick. Tough hit there for Llewellyn as he was trying to get himself back on the lead lap. Just unfortunately, it did not pan out the way that he was hoping it to, as we rejoin your race leaders at the front with less than 30 to go. Everybody's going to head to pit road, and we're going to head to a brief commercial break. Pay a few more sponsors. You know how that goes, so don't go anywhere, race fans. As always, we'll be back with all your green flag action right here from Atlanta Motor Speedway.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And thanks for joining us once again here from Atlanta Motor Speedway, under caution for the 7th time here tonight with the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday Night Special. Drivers in these super late model machines, laying down some fast times here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are going to have just 25 to go when we drop the hammer. A handful of driver with trouble here tonight, and we've got a little bit of house cleaning to get to you. But first, we're going to bring you this latest restart field. We're going to roll off a Ford into the tri-oval. Ready to jump on the gas is Gary Ragland, and on the gas quick. Ragland going to spin the tires, and Van going to beat him to the line. Oh, we got trouble on the restart. The 113 out of shape, and Jet Wrench going to get caught up and involved. We've got more drivers down and around. Oh, no, big time trouble here. Handful of drivers going to go around as we've got just 25 to go. We're going to say green flag racing, though. Still green flag racing here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Oh, my goodness. Big time trouble here on the restart. The 113 getting a little bit loose, and he's going to catch a handful of drivers up with that one. And whew. Cold tires, old tires, doesn't matter what tires. Looks like a handful of drivers having some troubles here tonight. Also looks like timing and scoring having a little bit of issue there when the lap count. There is 25 laps left, and it looks like we've got one driver catching a penalty. Looks like one driver going to be heading to pit road. I believe that is Butch Jet Wrench in the 33. Yes, Jet Wrench going to head to pit road this time around. As we continue our way under green flag racing conditions, trouble on the restart. As Rule Fan, Gary Ragland, Jason May, Paul Dillon, and James Barber round out your top 5. Rule Fan going to walk away with the most laps led here tonight. Great job well done there by Fan. He's also got the fastest lap of the race. He's got the pole position in his back pocket, so if there's any extra points to be made or had here tonight, Rule Fan has locked them all up. He's only got one more box to check, and we are just a short handful of laps away from flying out if he can get that job done. Solid run at the front for the 7 Black Rifle Coffee Company machine. That super late model driver looking pretty sporty here tonight. Gary Ragland gonna roll the dice, stay out under our latest caution, but find his way behind Rule Fan right here, staying in touch, staying in tow in that draft, and your top 2 drivers with a half a second advantage over the guys behind him. Jason Rumey and Paul Dillon right there. They're going to need to link up if they're going to want to run down your top 2 drivers as we cross the line. 20 laps to go here from Atlanta. Things starting to heat up a little at the front. Looks like Ragland doesn't want to settle for second. He's looking to try to find a way around. Rumey and Dillon right there still 3rd and 4th. Jason Rumey making that double white and red line. His best friend, the GoPro number 87 machine, is up 8 positions from where he qualified tonight, but not your biggest mover. Biggest mover of the race is inside of that 7 machine, up 13 positions, qualified back in 15th, and has had a great run to the front. He's going to get credited with leading 2 laps here tonight. So Ragland with a strategy play late in the race, and it may pay off for a podium spot. The 113 of Paul Dillon solo on the high side. He's going to look for him to make his way around and have a run to the front. So back in line trying to get a run off of turn number 2. It looks like Rumey going to go up top to cover him off, block that run here. How much do you want to block? How much are you willing to risk right now? These top 4 have walked away from the rest of the field. The 3 of James Barber sitting just about a second back, and then another second and a half, somewhere right in that range, about another second and a half back to the 06 of Shane. Oh my gosh, Shane Donnelly up into the outside wall. Paul Dillon flirting with disaster, and disaster has struck. Trouble on the restart, trouble late into this run. The 113 going to pancake that outside wall, and now he's just kind of a moving roadblock, well off pace as drivers run right onto his tail end, and around he goes. Caution flag will fly here as the 113 spins off of the nose on the 4 of Timothy Lewis. Lewis had places to go, places to be, and we will see it all go down once again. We'll check the replay, show you the action. There it is, a little bit of contact, a little bit of a bump. And the 113 going to go around, and it looks like the 4 going to pay a price for that one, as well as he's going to catch a little piece of the outside safer barrier. So maybe late race frustrations coming into play here, but backfiring a little bit as the 4 going to catch a piece of damage of this one. But that is going to reset the field. Field will reset themselves. And drivers going to be bunched back up for yet another restart. Looks like Roger Hoban, Dean Miller in Andy, Jeff Carlson, Paul Dillon, all to pit road. James Schultz also going to come to pit road. So it's about a split at the front of the field for drivers staying out and drivers coming to get tires and fuel. Top 7 going to stay out on track, and as we are just at that 15 lap to go mark, what do you say we get into some house cleaning for you? 28 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are down to just 17 cars on track. 2 drivers still thrashing away down there on pit road, trying to get their machines back out on track. Todd Willis and Alton still trying to repair the damage on his 61 machine. But with the lap differential, I don't believe either of those drivers are going to be able to recover any positions here. So somewhat of time just lost and wasted away here for both that 15 and 61. But as we were saying, down to just 17 drivers left on the lead lap, or left on the track. 14 left on the lead lap. James Schultz in the 420 machine will be your final driver on the lead lap. And I don't think this is what Rule wanted at the front. I think he wanted to see this thing go green to the end, and I especially know that it is not what the 7 of Gary Ragland wanted. Ragland on much older tires, about 13, 14 lap older tires than the guys surrounding him here, so he definitely needs to have a good restart. Wants to see Than break away from the field, but can Ragland get a good restart from the outside lane? We've seen drivers have issues getting up to speed and back onto the gas. Will we see trouble on a late race restart? Caution number 8 well and underway as field double file heading off of turn number 2. We'll get set to drop the hammer this time around. Man, quick little shootout to the end here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Who's going to take the top spot? Who you got? My money's on the man that has been dominating all night here tonight, and that is Rule Than inside of his Creature Comforts Brewing Company Tropicali number 60 super late model machine. Than absolutely lights out all night long. But if you got a sleeper pick, I mean, look to that second row. Rumey and Barber, they have been fast. Lap after lap, both have worked their way from deep into the field back into podium contention. So it's never over until it's done. And driver's going to have to get it done late here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Pace car down and away. And to the restart zone we will roll, waiting for it on the loud pedal. Once again on the gas. Green flag flies as Rule Than steps away from the field. Ragland not getting a good restart, and that's going to allow Jason Rumey to make his way around down on the bottom of the racetrack. The Black Rifle Coffee Company machine has got to get up to speed. He has got to cover off that inside lane. Off of turn 2, he'll drop down to the bottom of the racetrack. Gary Ragland trying to secure a podium position, but here comes James Barber. Barber moving to 4th, looking for a position to the inside. Not quite going to have the room, not quite going to get there. Second, third, fourth, fifth on the racetrack, all lined up, single file. Rule Than, a bit of a sitting duck at this moment. All alone at the front. Will we see drivers gang up on your race leader? I think that's about your only shot. You're going to have to keep yourself in a draft. You're going to have to keep yourself in a pack. And the more side-by-side racing action, the more Rule Than is looking in his mirror and saying, go on, boys, y'all just keep having it out. That 4-car pack got to get single file as everybody behind him already single file, looking to track them down. How about Mark Axelson, Jimbo, Roger Homan, Jeff Carlson, Richard Sunneth rounding out your top 10. All these drivers having great runs so far here tonight, looking to the outside. 10 laps to go. Gary Ragland wants a little bit more, but I don't think he's going to get there. Shane Donnelly, where did he come from? Quiet night for the Ford Performance 06 of Shane Donnelly, and Gary Ragland going to crown that 3 down just a little bit there on the backstretch and take that 4th position away. But the driver coach inside of that 06 Shelby Mustang, Shane Donnelly, one of those quick drivers, one of those disco lemonade drivers, putting in work behind the wheel at Daytona International Speedway for the Daytona 24. Right here, back into another machine. Good, solid night here tonight for Donnelly. He qualified 13th, now sitting in the final spot, all in the podium positions, looking to have a great run to the end. We got side-by-side racing going on back behind this lead pack. We're going to keep it right here for just a moment, though, because if something goes down, if something happens, we want to be right here at the front to witness it, to watch it all happen. Everybody going to run down. Rule Than now with just about 7.5 laps remaining. We'll get 7 to go this time around. Rule Than continues to show the way. Ragland up at the top of the racetrack. He's going to get rooted off of the bottom and now looking to make the passes. Mark Axelson, cue that Jaws theme music, because here he comes. Shane Donnelly making a move to the outside. He's going to look to grab that 2nd position away from Rumey. The GoPro 87 machine has had a solid night, up 9 positions from where he qualified, but will it be enough? Here comes Sharky. Sharky going to take that 3rd and final podium spot away from Donnelly. Slide up the track through the tri-oval into 3rd. Big run coming down into turn 1. James Barber on the top of the speedway. Barber on the top of the speedway, no help, not gonna get there. Donnelly gonna peek out to the high side. Than keeping it wrapped up at the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to bottle these drivers up right behind Rumey, still sitting right there in 3rd as now Ragland fights back for 4th. Drivers battling for positions. They touch a little bit as you get the high five from the flag stand. Just 5 laps to go here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. What a run out of 2 for Axelson. He's going to close in right on that rear deck lid of Brumet. Shane Donnelly still fighting hard on the high side, way up the track into the outside wall, and his momentum is all but going to go out the window. Oh no, late contact with the outside wall for Shane Donnelly, and that's going to bring his race winning hopes to an end here tonight. He's going to give up 2-3 more positions by the time he eventually gets to turn 1. That's going to move us back to the front of the field. We've dropped 1, but more are on their way. Here comes Jimbo. Here comes Roger Homan. Four and a half miles of racing here from Atlanta left to be had. 3 laps around this mile-and-a-half track. Rule Fan has led almost every single lap here tonight, missing out on about, I would say about maybe 10 to 15 laps of leading every single lap. Rule Fan absolutely lights out as we come off of turn 4, back through the tribal. Popsicle sticks on display. 2 to go here from Atlanta. And you think you got what it takes? Do you think you have it in you to have a guy this close to your bumper and keep your concentration out front? Rule Fan doing one fine job here. 1 lap to go. This time around, white flag flies. Final lap from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Rule Fan with the race lead. Jason Rumey right there trying to take it away. Mark Axelson with a great run back up through the field. Started in 7th, dropped deep in the running order for a moment. Now here he is back for a podium position, and we got drivers around. Gary Ragland going to get turned on the backstretch, and that's going to mix up the running order, but we'll keep it green till the end. Off of turn 4 we roll. Checkered flag flies for Rule Fan. And Jason Rumey going to come home with 2nd as Mark Axelson pilots the 69 home to a great podium finish. But the trouble on the final lap, oh my goodness, Gary Ragland has a big issue. Let's go check the replay. Let's see what happened here with Ragland. Going down the backstretch and just up the track a little bit and right into the left side of that 3 machine, and that's pretty much all she wrote into the outside wall for both of those drivers. As Fan and Rumey make their way back around, they'll give the fans in the stands a little bit of a smoke show. Post-race celebrations in order for the man inside of that Creature Comforts Brewing Company Tropicali number 60 super late model machine. Rule Fan walks away with the checkered flag here from Atlanta. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And if you're just joining us, you just missed out on a crazy finish here from Atlanta Motor Speedway as we see a few of your podium drivers sitting right there by that start finish line. What a race, what a night. Let's dive right into it. Let's see if we can't catch and have a few words with some of your podium drivers here tonight, walking away with the final spot on the podium, finishing in third here tonight inside of his 69 machine, Sharky himself. Mark, it's Dave. You got a copy? Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after a solid night here? Uh, gonna walk away with third after a crazy little eventful week for you. You had the Daytona 24 logistics style stuff going on for you over there on your side of things. So just walk us through, how do you transition from a race like that to jumping in this super late model machine and navigating your way 90 laps around this mile and a half?
Well, I spent the last since Daytona 24. I think I've been sleeping until this race, off and on. And I'm a little shocked to end up here in third. I'm not quite sure yet how I got there, but I'll take it.
Well, you got there because you passed a lot of other guys. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, it came down to a lap or two to go. I'm like, I'm in third. Just so yeah, it turned out better than expected.
So we mentioned throughout tonight's broadcast that a handful of the drivers on track, including yourself, were involved in that Daytona 24-hour race with the team Disco Lemonade. A great finish for you guys over there. Came back to get a seventh place finish after a little bit of troubles throughout the midnight hours of the race. So I do want to take a moment to say congratulations on that, because there's a lot of teams that start that never have a chance to finish that race. So congratulations there. But we are here on the Sunday night special series. So let's get back to the task at hand. I mean, a great finish here tonight. Do you think you can carry things over into next week?
Well, sure gonna try. Sure gonna try. Tonight's race was really about trying to keep your car clean if you could, and that bottom line is just, if you didn't stay on that bottom line, it was hard to get a pass around.
Yeah, we've seen drivers get stuck on the high side and kind of move backwards. Fortunately enough for you, you found your way to move forward, walked away with a podium position here tonight. So, Sharky, before we let you go, you know the drill. Would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Thank anybody back home or at the shop?
I just want to thank you guys again over there at Turn 3, and want to thank Bomb Dude for sponsorship of Beef Jerky Unlimited. He was up in the stands tonight, keeping watch and rooting us on. So thank you to him. And other than that, we'll be ready for next week.
All right. Well, again, as always, Mark, a pleasure catching up with you on and off track, and we'll see if we can't talk again next week.
Sounds good, Dave. Have a good one.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words from the man that pilots the 69 home to a third place finish. Mark Axelson will finish out your podium drivers, and that's going to move us right along to Jason Rome right there in that second position. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a few words with the man sitting inside his car from that second position. Jason, it's Dave. You got a copy?
How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. If I did, wouldn't matter. Nobody would listen, so who cares, right? Well, man, a great run by you and your crew here tonight. Congratulations on a great run. You're gonna finish 9 spots in front of where you qualified. So how'd you get it done?
I'm not really sure actually. Just stick to the bottom. I think I went in with Jay Barber there. We went in early when everybody stayed out. Got some tires and stuff, and tires weren't really affected too much, but we had fuel tires, and just came back out and basically just had to top off on that last one real quick, where maybe a few of the other guys kind of had to either get tires or right sides or a little more than we did. So it, all in all, kind of, it ended up being a single line on the bottom kind of race, really.
Well, you're the second driver that doesn't seem to know how the heck you got here, but at the end of the night, at the end of the day, all that matters is you got here and you found a way to walk away second here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. So congratulations on your podium finish here tonight. Before we let you go, though, Jason, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home?
Well, just thanks to Turn 3 for broadcasting the race, and Beef Jerky Unlimited. I think I'm going to take my winnings here and go and get myself some beef jerky if they'll ship it up to Canada. And I think Rule's going to send me a tip or something like that for not wrecking them on that last couple laps.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this one. If you haven't had a chance to try any of the beef jerky yet, watch out for that nitro because it is super fire hot, absolutely delicious, but super hot. The sweet and spicy, absolutely phenomenal. So a lot of great flavors. So Jason, I hope you enjoy the beef jerky you're getting. We'll try to catch up with you next week.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that parks it in second on side of that 87 GoPro machine. That's the super late model machine of Jason Rube. That's going to move us right along into victory lane, sitting inside of that Creature Comforts Brewing Company, Trump and Kelly, number 60, back in victory lane. Once again, you know the name, you know the face. Rule, it's Dave. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Finally got a win at my home track.
Yeah, a great run, great night for you and your entire crew here tonight. So, walking away with yet another checkered flag, it's got to feel good. And do you think you're going to start building some momentum here over the next course of the few weeks? Because this track's not too easy to dominate the way that you were able to here tonight.
I think you had to have track position mainly and just block the bottom. I mean, it was a little bit, I felt like I was driving kind of the wimpy line there, just blocking everybody. But we run here in other cars and you can get a run on the outside. It didn't seem like that was working here tonight.
Well, we won't call it the wimpy move. We'll call it a calculated veteran maneuver. That sounds so much. That sounds so much better, don't it? Don't it sound good? That's like instead of being the garbage man, you're a refuge recycling engineer. See, I mean that doesn't. It just sounds so much prettier. No, yeah. Okay. We'll move on, man. So another win here on Sunday nights. Want to look forward, though, Tuesday night, final race of the Tuesday night series with Turn 5. Do you think this race win can have any effect on what goes down Tuesday? Could we possibly see you in victory lane on Tuesday night?
I don't know. I'll give it all I got. I think Sheldon's got that one wrapped up, but I'm going to give it all I got. I mean, it's totally different track, different car, open wheel. It won't be nothing like this, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we just wanted to try to get a little bit of feelers out there on what you think may go down on Tuesday night, but a heck of a job here tonight. You walked away fastest in happy hour, fastest lap in race trim. You snatched the pole position, you led the most laps, and you checked that final box with the checkered flag race winning performance. So congratulations. As always, it's been a pleasure talking to you in these post-race interviews. So you know how it goes. We're going to step back, and the mic is yours.
Yep. Thank you, Dave. I want to thank you because it seems like I do good when you're broadcasting. And Beef Jerky Unlimited, GBC Power Sport Tires, Western Grinding, and Izzo Plumbing. And also Netflix and Hulu for giving my girlfriend something to do while I'm racing all the time.
That is awesome. I don't think anybody's ever shouted out Netflix and Hulu, so I've got to get you a thumbs up on that one. That was pure sweet golden moment right there. But nonetheless, Rule, congratulations again, and we'll try to catch up with you next week.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words for the man that walks away with the checkered flag here tonight, finishing in the top spot. It is Creature Comforts Brewing Company, Trump and Kelly, number 60, super late model machine. The driver out of Sharpsburg, Georgia, walks away with yet another checkered flag, and that's going to do it for us. We're going to begin to cut off the lights, and roll up the cords here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Get things ready to go for Tuesday night's racing action. Tune in for that one if you haven't already. As producers hit buttons in the background, the familiar sounds begin to roll through your speaker box. It is time to run down the unofficial race results here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Walking away with the top spot inside of that 60 machine is Rule Than. Jason Broom right there in second with Mark Axelson. Finishing out the podium drivers here tonight, Jeff Carlson walks away in fourth. Shane Donnelly going to finish out the top five. Finishing sixth tonight inside of his number 4 machine is Timothy Lewis. Jimbo going to pilot that 45 home to a solid 7th place finish. Dean Miller back in 8th, Andy in 9th, and rounding out your top 10 here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway is the 95 of Richard Suddeth. Paul Dillon back in 11th, 12th place to James Schultz. Roger Homan in 13th. Gary Ragland, late race troubles, and Ragland will finish in 14th. 15th belongs to the number 3 iRacing machine of James Barber. Butch Jet Wrench gonna fall in the running order. He'll finish back in 16th, 17th tonight to Raymond Causey. Richard Vanderhave back in 18th, 19th from trackside is Chris Llewellyn. Jeff Spotswood finishes out your top 20. There's the rest of your running order. What a night, what a race here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. What a barn burner of an event. A couple of cautions, but we kept this thing green flag at the end of tonight's race. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation, and as always, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of those dedicated sponsors, we do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. Don't forget your Beef Jerky Unlimited discount code. That's Turn 5. All capital letters. Once again, that's Turn 5 at beefjerkyunlimited.com. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.